Yo, we just people from the north side. Want some Timmy's at the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.
I already pushed okay. Relax. I've tried to do my intro and you screwed it up. Forget it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've tried. Karu doesn't stop talking. This is brutal. But finally, guys, a year and a half in the making, I finally have KPK on the show. And it's all thanks to Abu. Because he did it. He helped out. But if I had gone to Haroon as well, if I had gone to Haroon, I probably would have made this happen. So next time I know what to go through. But regardless, from the top, we have Haroon, we have Ahmed, we have Abu, and we have Karu. Ladies and gentlemen, KPK, finally welcome to Straight Talk Wrestling. Gentlemen, how are you?
Kevin?
Great.
Very, very good.
Yeah, living la vida loca.
Oh my God. All right. So first thing I want to talk about is the origins of KPK. Factions in Ontario indie wrestling are few and far between. There's a couple of factions, but really, honestly and truly, you guys, Dynasty, I would say Empire, these are the factions that are kind of taking shape and holding things down in the Ontario indie scene. Who decided that this was going to be who decided that this faction was going to be a thing? Who was the, I guess, brainchild behind it? Was it all of you guys collectively together, or was it just start off with one person and then it just kind of gradually we added members?
Take it away, Ahmed. So it started off with Haroon and I. One day in practice, back when we were being coached by Asylum, also known as Stone Rockwell, he had us doing tag matches, and I went to the one other Pakistani guy in class, Haroon, and we just right off the bat had really good chemistry. And we started talking because, at the time we didn't have any gimmicks. I actually remember distinctly Haroon in class saying that he was undecided on his gimmick. He made a whole promo about how he's undecided.
That was my remake
ever. But I didn't want him to be undecided anymore. So I was like, hey, bro, you and I can be like a Pakistani tag team. And, it was Haroon and I who came up with, or at least settled on KPK. It was Haroon and I who also settled on Satisfya by Imran Khan as our entrance music. So it started off as just me and Haroon, but also when I started, in fact, maybe my first class, if not one of my first classes, Abu approached me after class randomly, never spoke to me before. I wasn't even 100% sure if he knew proper English. Comes up to me and he's like, "Oh, hey, are you driving towards Scarborough? Because I need a ride home." And I wanted to be nice, so I was like, "Yeah, you know what? I'll drive you home." And that was basically how Abu and I's friendship started. Because I feel like now I'm at the point where it feels weird going home from practice without Abu. I will go out of my way to drop Abu off because I just love having him in the car. And once Haroon and I were doing our thing, I looked at Abu and I'm like, "Yo, Abu, you should be with us. It'd be so cool if we tagged. We drive together all the time. Me, and Haroon have such a good chemistry together. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was in the KPK group chat before he was officially in KPK because we just knew one day it was going to happen, and it ended up happening. So that's how we got Abu in. And Karu, I feel like it always made sense because since the beginning, Karu's been I've been compared to Karu. For obvious reasons, and one day we needed someone to fill in for Haroon because Haroon very recently got hurt. What was it, a torn ACL? Yeah. So we needed someone to replace Haroon for a trios match, and we went to the man himself. We went to Karu, and thankfully Karu, I guess, trusted us enough to finally join our ranks. We cut a promo after the Free Palestine show that Flair's put together. I remember that promo it was fucking hilarious. Just filming it was so fun. And I knew from that moment that this was a great idea, that the four of us, we were meant to be a faction. And it's been super fun ever since.
Real times.
Sorry, it was a very long-winded answer.
No, it was a great answer. Great answer. Eloquent, very eloquently spoken. So Haroon, real quick before I get into Ahmed's whole origin story, how is recovery going for you? How is the injury? Are we fully healed? Are we ready to get back in the ring full time? What's happening with you?
Oh, it's been going fantastic. I mean, I tore my ACL entirely end of June, and then I thankfully ended up getting surgery end of November. So I spent about 5 months with it. Was doing a little bit of prehab during that time because I didn't want to just sit around and, let all that muscle go to waste or just like, not be active. So we are doing a little bit of prehab, which is what you do before surgery. So it's this kind of rehab that is done while you're waiting for like, your surgery or your procedure to happen. And ever since the surgery, it's been about, I think, 11 weeks now. Just been doing rehab, man, weekly, a couple days a week, spend about an hour or two doing it. And I'm really keeping up with it. So I think I should be good by the summer, by like July, like August at the latest to like get back in the ring and like actually, be like fully in matches. But it's gonna be a phased process because I can start probably training like end of May, early June, and then like step by step, like, get into like training fully again, knock off that ring rust and then get back in the ring, start working full length matches towards like the tail end of the summer. So, but I'm doing pretty good right now. Like the range of motion's back, and I don't know if you've been watching, but accompanying the boys, to some of the shows, managing and stuff, trying to stay around, keep maintaining that and also improving that group dynamic, right? In whichever way I can, even if I can't fully, lace up a pair of boots and get going. But yeah, it's going good, man. Thank you for asking.
Oh, no problem, man. Honestly, I love the juxtaposition of everybody. There's definitely everyone has the ability to be symmetry in motion together as a unit, but everyone has their own individuals in terms of their individual characters, their individual spotlight, which is so great. So you guys have earned success as a unit, but you've also earned success individually. I mean, Karu, obviously, history, battle arts. We know the history. I mean, this guy was the first ever battle arts champion. That's a big deal. That's huge. I mean, there have been better battle arts champions since then, but.
Whoa.
Oh.
I disagree. For the
Funny.
record, I disagree with that.
I know
Yeah,
you do.
thank
I know
you.
you do. I only say it because this guy breaks my balls every single time we see each other. So it's
I don't
very
even have
rare
balls to break.
that I get the op. Well, actually, I do because I have two children, so they came from somewhere. Okay, but that's all I'm going to say there. But he busts my chops all the time, so it's very rare I get a chance to. But Haroon, I'm honestly glad that the recovery is going great, and look forward to seeing you back inside the
Thank you.
ring. But even having the management role and the juxtaposition that you guys have, like, I'm going to pose this question to the main event Poppy, of course. When you guys have the ability to switch up pieces like a chessboard, you have a chance to be, okay, this is who we're facing. This dynamic of, say, Karu and Abu would be good together, or a Haroon and Ahmed could do work well here, or Karu and Ahmed. Like, there's so many different pieces. When you're going into each individual match or booking, do you guys get booked as the unit? Or do you get booked as, we just want KPK and you guys decide which members kind of go where depending on the match?
It depends on like what the promoter wants. So like usually the
Yeah.
promoter will ask for, let's say, Ahmed and I, if it's a tag match. And then like if Crew's in the area, we'll ask Crew to come by. If Haroon's in the area, we'll ask Haroon to come by. And then like they could like accompany us or whatever. And then if it's a trio, obviously we can only do Crew right now. So Ahmed, Crew, and I. But when Haroon comes back, then we can like play around with that, and it's super cool having like a bunch of people that you can like you said, like a chessboard where you could rotate around. Because then I don't know, man. 6-man tags are just so much fun. Like we'll be on the apron, just like something will be going on in the ring. Let's say, or like we'll do our entrance, and Crew's just like this super stoic guy, and I'm just trying to crack him up the entire time, and Crew's looking at me like I can see him about to break, and we get to the back, and he's like, bro, fuck you. He's like, you guys like. It's just so much fun. It's like fucking around in there. So like, yeah, it depends on what the promoter wants, and then based on that, we'll fit in everyone else too.
I like that. Karu, you're the veteran
Yes,
of the
sir.
group. You're the man who's been, in this industry, in this craziness for a very long time. Was it easy to join the ranks of these three young, talented gentlemen, or was it something that you kind of had them all over?
Honestly, it was easy. Like at first I had doubts, obviously. You're always gonna have your doubts. But after knowing them personally, like it was a done deal. Like the good thing is we actually know each other personally too. So it's not like we just know each other through wrestling. Like we'll hang out after practice or after shows. Like we'll go grab food. Like we'll talk to each other. Like we'll do extracurricular activities. So it's not like I'm just a random guy going into a random group. And like been like what you guys are saying about chess pieces and perfect dynamic, and we all do bring our own little aura, our own little presence, our own little like charisma to the group, which makes all of us work extremely well together, and it's fun. Like they tease me, I tease them.
Whoa.
Like our group chats are always. No, my bad. But like, shit, I don't even know what to say no more. But like, yeah,
I was gonna add, like, sometimes, like, the shows are always fun, but the car rides there and back are like even more fun.
Car rides are the best. Like us
It's
four
so
specific.
we
When
just can't
Haroon's
have
there, man, it's
Haroon
amazing.
playing music.
What's
Haroon
that?
can't play
No,
music.
man. Oh my
Haroon
God.
cannot. It's 4 men and he plays lover
The
music.
most
How you playing lover
seductive
music
music
with
ever.
4 men?
So seductive. I'm like sleeping in the back. I'm like, what the hell is
That's how I
playing
heard my
right now,
nickname,
bro?
right? You gotta tell
He's
them.
like, yo,
Haroon's,
let's go.
listen, guys, listen. Haroon's a man of many names. You know, the Karachi driver. I remember one time he was the attack dog of KPK. But there's one name in particular. There's one name in particular that I feel like he needs to stick to from here on out, especially knowing what he is like. He's the soft lover.
Oh my God. Okay, never mind. I thought you were gonna say something else.
No,
Soft lover
he's
is
the soft
good.
lover of KPK.
Good.
Wow. So would you say he's like, like, remember when
He's the Drake.
Mark Henry had sexual chocolate? Would you say Haroon is the sexual chocolate of KPK?
Yes.
The Pakistani version. I love that shit.
I like that.
Pakistani variant.
Dude,
The
that's
sexual Laddu, bro.
yeah, man. That's some
You should.
That's some big shoes to fill, man. Do you feel the pressure of being the sexual chocolate of KPK?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's coming natural to me, right? It's just, I'm radiating that energy right now. I feel like I've earned that name quite easily. All I had to do is just put my playlist on the drives back from some of the shows.
God.
Here we
So
are.
is this the playlist that you put when you got like a honey in the car, you got like a little missus in the car? This is the playlist you put on, and you have your 3 best friends, the men of your faction
I have a
in
story.
pro wrestling, and then you
BSFK,
sit there.
bro.
I have a very, very
I'm
related to
disappointed.
this.
I
I'm
was
not going to name
disappointed.
names, but I remember when Haroon and I were, not saying we don't still pay our dues, but back when we weren't greenlit and we were paying our dues, we were asked to pick up 2 wrestlers from the airport, just me and Haroon. And on the way there, he decides to play The Weeknd. And, The Weeknd has very sensual songs. And I remember we were waiting by the arrivals for these, like, 2... I'm not going to name names, but these are big name wrestlers who were coming from the airport. And we were entrusted to make a good impression. I remember distinctly we were told, don't make asses of yourselves. This guy's playing The Weeknd in the car, and I look to him and I'm like, bro, are you trying to fuck them when they come into the car playing The Weeknd? Like, what is this?
Oh my God.
You're just playing it like it's no big deal. I think, Haroon just likes that kind of music, which is fair, but time and place.
Yeah. I want some hardcore shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm guilty of sometimes playing that particular playlist at the gym as well. And yes, George, that is the playlist that is usually played around the honeys. So
I love that.
I don't really grasp the concept of time and place here. So I just kind of
Listen, I feel that if you're in the car with 4 of your closest friends, what's wrong with little boys to men on bended knee? There's nothing wrong with that, gentlemen.
No, man, there
Dude,
is something wrong with it.
No, time
KPK
out,
is my
time
safe
out.
place. So
You're right. George is absolutely right. But when it goes on for 40 fucking minutes, then it's like, come on.
Yeah. There's got to be some variation.
Yeah, like throw in some Kodak or something. This guy was just straight, like, oh my God.
Lover songs.
well, we had some
Lover song
Migos
after
playing by
lover
the end.
song after
So
lover.
Abu was happy.
Yeah, it was a whack ass Migos song. Like it was just bad. It was, I don't know. Maybe I'm an old school guy. I like my old school music. Maybe I'm very biased.
Listen, I have a road trip playlist. Whenever I go to any bookings that I have a road trip playlist, okay? And it starts with my favorite jam right now, which is Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. That's how I start my road trip playlist, okay?
I like that. I like that song.
Because I hate Drake in every facet. Well before Kendrick, I've always hated
You hear that, Haroon? You hear that,
You're
Haroon?
a good man. You're a good man, George.
Listen, you know what?
You're a good man,
I'm
bro.
all about Drake when he sings, but when he starts trying to rhyme, I can't do it. He sounds like John Cena's. No, he sounds like John Cena's first album. Remember that? I'll brush
That
your
was
mouth like
fire,
Colgate. You'll
That was
never
a good
find me in the
album.
There's some
next
good
man's
songs
sweater.
from that album.
There is
Bro.
some good songs, but I'm sorry.
That guy, you can't. John Cena's rap album, fire. It was going through the hood like hotcakes.
Actually, no, now that I think about it, you know what? It's true. I got more bread than a Big Mac. I mean, yeah, there was some decent one-liners up in there. Yeah, you're right. I withdraw my statement. I'm sorry. I fucked up. John Cena's album was decent. It was decent. I apologize.
Yeah.
Word life.
We're like this guy. All right. So, playlists aside, You guys talked about road
Fuck,
trip.
I guess I gotta do it too now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll have to do it there. All right. So you guys talked about road trips and stuff like that, and the car rides being some of the funnest moments there and back from events, from shows, from bookings. What is it? Everyone always talks about the car rides. Everyone talks about sharing stories, cracking jokes, talking wrestling, talking strategy, talking whatever, evolution of characters and stuff like that, or just in Karu's mind, obviously just shitting on everyone else in the car because it's hilarious to do that. But what is it about what do you guys enjoy most about the car rides? I mean, obviously the playlist.
This video would get taken down, bro.
The playlist is Haroon's playlist is number one.
We're not allowed to
video
say
would get taken down, brother. If we talked about what we talked about on those car rides, your channel would go under. Like, you'd get blackballed.
I have something I enjoy about the car rides that isn't going to get us, in trouble.
Okay.
I feel like a testament to how great we are as a team in the ring is like our planning process together when we're in the car. I think we always figure out what we want to do when we're going to a show really quickly. We're so familiar with each other, like not just in terms of our like personalities, but how we are in the ring. I feel like sometimes Abu and I will be going to shows 10 minutes. We already know basically what we want to do in the match. Just a little bit of discussion and like, because we all operate on very similar wavelengths. And we all complement each other really well in the ring and as people. So, like other than obviously all of the more funnier parts of the car ride, I think that's one thing I also enjoy. Maybe not the most, because I'm not gonna lie, I think the thing I enjoy the most is all the stuff I'm not allowed to really talk about. But the actual like the chemistry that we have in the car and how it carries over to the ring, I feel like that's pretty awesome too.
And that's why you're the most eloquent. That's why you're the most eloquent speaker of the group. That was perfect. That was fire right there.
No, 100%. He's media trained. There's but also like one thing too, like, well, this is like me when I'm in the car. This is my number one rule. Like, I don't want to always talk about wrestling.
Yeah.
Let's try to find something that we have in common to speak about, because you're going to be in the car with someone for like 3 hours, 2 hours, maybe 4, max. And then you're going to be at the show for another 4 hours. You're going to be just strictly involved in wrestling. So it'd be nice to like not talk about wrestling, know each other, you know what I'm saying? And then it does create for a better bonding team, and it does create for a better bonding the car ride too, because then you get to know someone that you're in the car with. You might have hated that person until you actually speak to that person, and they go, oh, fuck, we actually have things in common other than wrestling.
And that's how Crew joined the group, guys. That's how it happened. Everybody hated him, then they sat in the car with him, and they realized he wasn't that bad.
Honestly,
I'm reckless in the car ride.
Yeah, he is. I remember when I started, I wanted to team with Karu because everyone kept saying we looked similar, but I don't think I was new, so I don't think he took me as seriously then as he does now. And now
I was the first one to tag with Karu, bro. I was like,
yeah, you were.
They put me in. It's a student show. They put me in with Karu. I'm in my gear. I'm like, yo, sick. I'm with this vet. Like, this is cool. Karu's in his goddamn long ass shorts, his deep pants. You will always find Karu wearing his own damn merch. And sure enough, he's fucking wearing his merch in this match. We get through like the match. It's like a good match. I'm like super happy about myself. I'm getting pinned. I'm like, wait a fucking minute. I'm like, this motherfucker Crew took 0 bumps. I'm taking the damn finish. I'm like, yo, this guy just sunned me. What the hell?
He still does that, by the way.
That's not even half of it.
Karu will spin out and then like shit can himself like JBL out of the ring. And it's just
very economic. Very economic.
Because you got to be smart, right? Like, you're not just gonna bump for no reason. Like, if I'm gonna bump it, it's gonna have to make sense. Like, why am I bumping?
That's why you're the biggest guy. You get to do that.
Yeah. And also, like, that match I'm never going to forget, too, because half the time you just kept hearing me, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck are they doing? Guys, slow it down. What the? And I'm just going ham. I'm like, yo, just tag me in, bro. I don't even know what's happening right now. Like, that's all you just kept hearing.
So what would be the, I guess the next evolution for KPK? Do we have a potential 5th member joining the ranks? Is there someone you guys have your eyes on?
We would love to have one person.
Yeah.
Who's this 5th member?
Where's Australia?
I
Is it the Atlantic? Where the fuck is it?
Well, we do have an unofficial, well,
Yeah,
official, unofficial. I wouldn't say unofficial, but an
Clyde.
honorary KPK member, the Clydesdale, the Aussie
Yeah.
Clydesdale,
Okay,
Clyde
okay.
Kane. He joined our ranks when again we needed someone to fill in for Haroon, and he you know very graciously decided to allow us to enact what we call the Clydesdale contingency. By the way, those promos that we filmed for
I love
that,
that.
the Clydesdale contingency, and then the sequel to that, the Clydesdale catastrophe. Some of the most fun some of the most fun I've had filming a promo. Uh, but again, that's just good. Any member of KPK, even the honorary members, these are people that we have fun working with. We have fun being creative with. We have fun wrestling with. So other than the honorary member, Clyde Kane, huge shout out to him, by the way.
I'm out. Yeah, shout out Clyde Kane. I wish
Real
he could like
talk.
seek
Shout out
refuge
Kane.
here or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
please come
Like if
back.
only
man.
like
Milf
Australia
Hunter.
wouldn't take him.
I was just gonna say
He could
that.
seek refuge here.
The
But,
real
oh,
Wolf
well.
Hunter.
Yeah, the real MILF Hunter.
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
was
that guy.
a big part of the Clydesdale contingency. But I think other than him, I think it'd be cool if we found because I guess the obvious sort of trend here with all the members, except for the honorary member, Aussie Clydesdale, Clyde Kane, we're all brown boys,
Real talks.
we're all brown boys, and I think we've done a really good job of creating some positive representation
Mhm.
for Middle Eastern people, for Southeast Asian people in pro wrestling. Because whether we're heels or we're faces, I think we're just cool. Cool brown boys. I've said that before, but I want to keep that going. It'd be nice if we had a cool brown girl join
Hell
the
yeah.
ranks.
That's
That
exactly
would be
right.
fucking
Mhm.
awesome. Because we have tag team wrestling in our faction, trios wrestling. We can even do 8-man tags. We've done plenty of singles work. We have great promo guys. We need a woman, so we would love to have a woman. Hopefully I'm not being presumptuous here, but I think we would all like to have a women's wrestler as a part of KPK one
A
day.
sister
Yeah.
in the group. Hell yeah.
Sister.
But she needs to be
Sister of
covered. She
KPK,
needs
that's
to be like
No.
this if she's gonna wrestle.
Yeah.
No, Karu, no.
Why does
Honesty is the best policy, right?
guys?
Honesty
talk.
is the best
Don't let
policy.
him talk. Don't let him
Oh,
talk.
The first-
right?
the
We
first-
told
the
him
first
before we
wrestler to
came
not
on,
show
we're like,
ankle.
crew, please don't say anything fucking out of it. He already did. It took him like 20 minutes, but he held out for 20.
You guys didn't want to talk about the car rides, but this shit alone, this segment alone,
I mean,
right now,
that's
when
like
this
a-
happened,
Oh,
Consider, you know what, George?
thing
Consider
is,
that
we-
little
we-
snippet of the car rides.
We
Consider
can
that
talk
little-
about that because it's in our culture, right?
Well,
we
it
can
is in
talk
our
about
culture
it.
too,
Yeah,
but-
exactly. So it's nothing bad.
well,
Just have a system like that.
all right, fair enough. Listen, I myself have a huge respect for your guys' culture. I love your guys' culture. I live in Brampton myself, born and raised. I've been in Brampton, literally 41
Mixing it up
years.
now.
We don't claim Brampton though. That's the
That's
Yeah,
well,
that's
yeah.
what
I get you don't claim Brampton, but let's be honest, Brampton is definitely heavy.
Brown. Yes,
yeah,
yes.
it's
Yeah.
populated.
Yeah.
It's
We'll say it
populated
for you,
heavy.
buddy. Don't worry.
It-
All right,
Yeah,
it's
it's
more.
okay, George.
It's more Ahmed and Haroon's people. Like
Wow, nice.
Our people
Nice.
are more away.
Oh my god, this whole I gotta edit all of this. I just gotta block him out of the screen. I just gotta put a black
Is there a way
screen
to
with
do
an
that?
X.
No,
It's like a
but this
censor every
is
time you talk.
that's an important part of
Jesus.
this. You gotta have a content warning at the beginning of this interview.
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. It's gonna have to be me at the
Advised.
beginning of this interview being
He's
like,
starting to get comfortable.
I know. I've
warming up.
I've been down this rabbit hole. I've been down it.
I mean, we already to be fair, George, we already said soft lover, MILF hunter.
It's true.
Karu's been talking about putting the only woman's member of the group in a niqab.
and you have to reiterate it. Thank you so much.
Well, hey, it's already happened, George. We just have to accept it and just
All right.
roll with the punches.
So
right?
here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I let Karu go from the room, and I just keep Haroon and Abu on the screen, and maybe Ahmed says goodbye as well, and we just go with you two for the rest
Oh
of the interview.
no!
No.
You and Haroon are not used to teaming up together.
I'm done talking. No more
All right, listen. This has gone off the rails. Let's get it back. Let's get it back to what we were talking about. So yes, I think a female member would definitely add some depth and feel to KPK for sure. You talked about heel and face work, and I'm going to pose this question to Abu, and then I'd like to get Haroon's opinion as well because I feel like they haven't talked too much. So when it comes to heel and face work, what do you guys enjoy more? Do you enjoy getting the heat from the crowd, or do you enjoy kind of being the heroes? I'm going to pose this to Haroon first. What do you got, Haroon?
Oh, okay.
I know I was gonna say the exact same thing. We love our heel work. I think is our best work easily, right? Just getting that like heat from the crowd is just like I live for it. And like a lot of times, like the last show that I accompanied the boys on for Toronto Wrestling Club, it was their inaugural show in Toronto. It was Abu and I ringside. These guys were having a tag match, and anytime like Abu tagged out, he was, down on the floor with me, and all the fans are standing and they're like crowding around the ring, and we had like a blast, just like, like fucking with all the fans there. There was like this one corner with like a bunch of girls, and they're like just yelling and screaming at the end of the match, and like we got a really good picture out of it. We stored it today actually. It was Abu and I. This girl's just yelling, and Abu's just like doing this pose where he's like trying to listen to what she's saying. I feel like we really live for that because one of the things, like, truth be told, because of like the fact that we are a couple of brown boys, like there's usually that little stereotype that's always played, right? Promoters want to always book you as heels, but I feel like we've grown to really embrace that and enjoy that, not in the typical sense you would think that, oh, like since we're brown people, we're gonna come out and do like typical brown people here, right? It's not that. It's just we're really like full of ourselves, like egotistical, cocky young guys, just like I'm on the side just trying to hit on the girls and like making all these faces and making weird noises. Ahmed and Karu are kind of scary. And then Abu comes in, like he's super like, like Sebastian Suave, like going, whatever. So I think like just playing off of each other's dynamics and being like these bad guys has just been a lot of fun for us. And I mean, I personally enjoy that the most. So I'll pass it over to Abu, but I think he's probably going to agree. So
Yeah, he hit it on the nail on the head for most of it. Just like, man, when I started, I hated like so damn much. I hated being like growing up. I don't remember a single baby face I liked. If they weren't a heel first, I did not fuck with them. Only reason I like Triple H as a baby face is like, all right, he had that run where he was like just a complete dick. But yeah, it's like I hate being a baby face, and then I feel like the crowd just likes us more. Like the more they see of us as a heel, the more they start liking us. So like Greed and like all our coaches will say the same shit to me, where it's like you will never be like a white meat baby face. Like the only way you will be a baby face is if the crowd like turns you, and then they'll like you. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I like. Like being a baby face, just I don't know. Like I can't do it. Can't be like that. Yay! Come on. Hate that shit.
Hey, I've seen you do it. You did it a couple times in Beaverton. You did do it a couple times in Beaverton.
Bro, those were long nights, man. Those were long ass nights.
You're not wrong, they were.
You have no idea. Like, dude, I would be in the car by myself. But you know what? Thankfully, Haroon had hooked me up with his playlist months before, so I was able to groove with the playlist. So I was good.
I got you.
Yeah. So, let's get everyone's perspective on this. Ahmed, what's your feeling on this? Are you in the same with your group members? Are you the same with the fact that you enjoy your heel work more?
So when I'm with these guys, I like being a heel way more, because I feel like we get to let loose a lot more, especially at that recent show, Toronto Wrestling Club. Huge shout out to those guys. They're, starting to run more shows in Toronto. I think that's awesome. But Toronto Wrestling Club, we went out there together, the three of us, and I think we let a little too, maybe if this is just me speaking for myself, but we let loose. And I don't think you get to do that when you're a face. I feel like you have to conduct yourself a bit more as a face. There is an artistry to being a face, I think. At least for me personally, when I'm a heel, I'm yelling at people. I'm berating them, I kind of feel like I'm my dad when he gets angry at me. When I'm a heel. But when I'm a face, I feel like I'm good at creating sort of shifting the energy where it's like I'm not yelling at these people, but I'm yelling with them. I'm trying to get them to like get excited or feel my energy and like use that energy to like yell with me. I feel like there's a certain artistry to being a face that I do like when I'm wrestling just by myself as like in singles. But when I'm and also when I'm a face in tag matches, I get to do the hot tag a lot, and that's fun because I can just go fucking crazy. But when I'm with these guys, I do prefer being heel. I do.
All right. I'm nervous about this, but I'm gonna ask Karu. What's your stance on all of this?
Honestly, I like being a heel more. Face is fun, but I feel like I'm already a nice guy in real life. So like, don't look at me like that. I kind of am, you know. I'm not saying I'm.
Oh, you're a nice guy.
Thank you. You know, there you go. I am.
Yeah, you're a fucking
And
sweetheart, bro. You really are.
thank you. You know, and then being a heel is just like, at least I get to step away from that for a little bit, and I can just be a douchebag and all for fun, you know. And it's nice. Like there's a feeling you get when you're getting booed. It's a good feeling, honestly. It sounds weird, but like it's a great feeling. And like we all know, wrestling is I'm not going to say the R word, but so coming out and automatically like seeing everybody just boo you when you don't have to do much because they're just literally looking at your outfit, literally does half the job for you. You know what I mean? And it's nice. Like it's fun.
You know what? You wouldn't be the first wrestler that I've had a conversation with that has actually said that again, it's the cliche saying of any reaction is a reaction as long as you're getting that reaction. If you walk out there and it's quiet like it's church, you got a problem. You really got to concern yourself as to what's going to happen. But if you walk out there and the crowd is hot, whether it's a good hot or a bad hot, as long as they're getting a reaction, then you've already done the most important job that you can do. And the rest of it is just coasting. If they're paying attention to you, whether it's in a negative reaction or a positive, they're paying attention. And that is the most important thing.
Yeah.
So,
And honestly, I find, sorry to cut you off, I find like being a big foreign heel, not a heel guy, just being a big foreign wrestler, it's kind of even hard to just come off as a babyface right away. I kind of feel like, because no matter what, they're just going to look at you and be like, oh, he already looks different. He's probably the heel. Let's just boo him anyways. You know what I mean? So like, it just happens. It's just good. It's positive. I don't know. I like it. It's fun. I don't have to do much of the work.
Shit, all that being said, bro, if you're a promoter, you can still book me as a babyface. I'll do it.
Yeah, we can do everything and anything you want.
That's true.
You'll be
Stick up for
serious.
saying that, real talk. Stick up for saying
I
that.
will say that. I will say that now. You know, I mean, being 10 years in the podcasting game, which is literally this September will be 10 years Straight Talk Wrestling has been around.
Congratulations, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I honestly, it's having guests like you guys that make it fun and make the conversations. Like I had a crappy day at my shoot job, but I came to this conversation. I was actually really excited that Carew started talking and it went down a little bit, but then the energy's back up. The energy's back up. No. But you guys, honestly, seeing, you know what? I have followed your guys' career for quite a bit. Like I think I've watched your debut match at one of the Battle Art shows that I was at. KPK came out together, which was very cool. I've been able to call some of your matches at different promotions, which has been awesome and fun as well. But the most exciting thing is seeing how you guys have progressed. And I want to say, now that you're all green lit and everybody does have the green light, Carew, this song would obviously pose to you too. Is training on a regular still something that you guys try to do? I mean, Haroon, I know you're in recovery and I know you're getting back in there. So obviously you're definitely training to get ring ready again. But is everyone still training on a regular basis to keep their game? Like basically iron sharpens iron. So are you guys all keeping up on what you need to do to be the best you are in the ring?
I'll take this one, bro. So there's like, I'm sure it's with everyone, but like Ahmed and I especially, if we don't get like at least one class in a week, like, and it's before a show, Ahmed will be like, oh, like I need to come to this class because like I'm gonna feel like a shitter. I feel like I'm regressing. He's like, I like, are you gonna come this week? I'm like, yeah. Like right now, like my neck is a little jacked up, so I haven't been to class in a while. But like usually, if we don't make like at least one class, it's like you go through the show and you're like, shit, can I still do this? It's at least for Ahmed and I. It's just like you need like those reps. That's why like I can't just like go on hiatus and not like train because like you said, iron sharpens iron. If you're not constantly sharpening that blade, it's gonna go dull.
And at least specific to our case as well, we train down at Battle Arts, and we'd be stupid to not take advantage of the resources we have there because we get to train with some of the best, if not the best wrestlers,
The best, bro.
in the you know what? I'll even say it, the best wrestlers in the country. We get to train with guys like Shane Saber, Gabriel Fuerza, Mark Wheeler, Lexi Nicole, John Greed, and sometimes Brent Banks will show up. Brent Banks is a legend out here, and it's like we'd be stupid not to take advantage of those resources. we're greenlit and we've been at it for, about 3 years now. And, we've learned a lot, but we have so much more to learn, uh, and it doesn't just come from going to training every week. That's a huge part of it though. I'm, a good buddy of ours, Rajan Husher, has said on many occasions, this is a
That
Jake the Snake
motherfucker,
Robert.
bro.
Yeah, this is
Take
a
the
Jake
snake
the
hard
Snake
straight.
Roberts, not a quote, but this is something he would say is that it takes 5 days for ring rust to develop. And ever since he planted that little tidbit in my head, I always am just literally counting the days. I'm like, all right, I got to make sure I don't get 5 days in between my last rep in ring and my next one. It's like I can't let that happen. But a big part of the learning process as well is learning from all sorts of different people. I mean, we started with before we have the current coaches that we have now. We started with guys like Asylum Stone Rockwell, and he taught us a lot of stuff as well. Anthony Corelli, Santino, he taught us a lot of stuff. Karu got to learn under Yuki Shikawa, a very, very unique but very like well-respected style of wrestling, shoot style that was popularized in Japan under Battle Arts. That's the Bachi Bachi style. It's been given different names. But, recently Abu, myself, and Rajan went to the UK and we got to learn under the tree of some of the best UK wrestlers, guys like Danny Jones, Brendan White, Wild Boar Hitchman, Mark Andrews. We got to learn under that tree in the UK. And we picked up a lot of very useful stuff there as well. And we're going to keep doing stuff like that because I think in wrestling, you never stop learning.
Of course. You don't.
Yeah, it just feels wrong. Like a week where I'm not training just feels wrong. I'm just like, bro, what the hell?
Oh, for real.
It feels empty. It feels like there's a void.
I feel like a shitbox. I since I moved, I've barely been training in the ring. It's not fun.
But that's on you. That's your fault.
Yeah.
Nobody told you to move. Nobody told you to go that way. So you know what? I don't feel any kind of way about you. Because if you want it bad enough, you'll do with these other three men in your team. I can see who's putting in the work.
Yeah, he's
I can
calling
see
you
it.
out, bro.
I
We
can
need
see
George
it.
Mackay versus Crew at the next battle.
Oh, no. Listen, George has
okay,
about
I still
8
work
minutes
out.
of fight left in him, and I'm using that 8 minutes for when I'm like, when I got a gun to my face. That's when the 8
minutes
minutes
is longer than when I got. Goddamn.
Jesus, I
Hey,
tell you.
George.
Listen, I
I'll crush you, huh? I'll crush you. I'll crush you with these hands, brother.
Are you still talking? I can't believe you're still talking. I don't know what's happening here. We moved on already. We've moved on to other portions of the conversation. But
wow.
I will say this. 2 more questions. I'm going to let you gentlemen go enjoy the rest of your evening. But this has been amazing, and I want to let you guys know now that you are officially, finally, after 18 months, officially now members of the Straight Talk family. So anytime you guys want to come back together, or you want to come back separately, anytime you got something you want to promote, or anytime you want to carry on the conversation, please do come back. Now, these last 2 questions, this is where we get into the meat and potatoes of the conversation. This is where things get really tricky.
Ooh.
If a promoter books all 4 of you to take on each other, who wins that match?
Oh God. You know what? I have an answer.
I do this with every faction. I love to see who's really got the ego. I love it.
Honestly, bro, I think it's probably Crew.
It's probably Karu. Or a dark horse pick. A dark horse pick is Haroon.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Might just go out with a little.
Haroon really is the dark horse pick in many respects, not just in a match scenario, but in life.
I'll tell you this right now. I'll tell you this right now. Sorry to cut you off. If Haroon comes out in that fatal 4-way and he comes out to the weekend, it's over. Haroon is my pick.
No, I mean, well, there's one particular song. I'm gonna put it out there. If Haroon ever comes out to "Wait for You"
by Drake and Future,
by Drake and Future,
yeah.
If he ever comes out to that song, I know it's over. Yeah. I know it's at least over for me.
That Drake album sucked, bro. Terrible.
I want to strangle you, bro. I want to strangle you,
awful, bro.
But in terms of pure skill set and experience edge, I mean, look, I've seen Karu. People don't know this about Karu. He can do the graps. He can grapple.
He can
doesn't
boogie,
just
bro.
hit hard. He doesn't just pick people up.
Oh my God, bro.
This
Let
guy,
me
No,
tell
listen,
you-
he's talented as fuck. He is, but if you build
and
up
he's
his
nimble
ego,
too.
if you build up, yeah, but if you say that he's agile and you say that he's talented and you say that he does all these amazing things, all he does is sit there and go, facts, fam, facts. And it's like, I don't want to build up this motherfucker's ego anymore. I don't.
Bro, you
But
don't.
and
Bro,
it's
this-
better than me saying facts and appreciating it than me actually building up my own ego. I'm
I
a
have
humble guy,
literally
George.
said
Just
some of
know
the
that.
nicest things to you, and when I see you in a
Yeah?
show, you'll be like, yo, what up? And you'll walk by
Hey,
me.
He
you
doesn't
know
do
what,
everybody
George? To play
Nice.
devil's advocate, George, you
he's a
can't
high
fall for
guy,
that trick.
bro.
He does
Cruz
that
a
on every.
high guy, bro.
I fall for that
I'm
trick
a
quite a
sober
bit.
guy. I don't even
I
smoke
fall
weed.
for that trick. I do fall for that trick. You know why? Because he loops me in, and I'll say, no, I'm not going to do it. And he'll be like, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it this time. And I'm like, all right, cool. And I go to do it, and he fucking does it again.
You're
he
lucky
does
you
it to
fall for
everyone.
the smelling salts gimmick. That's the worst.
Oh my god, bro!
Oh,
I
God.
felt my
And
eyes
I've
come
made
out of
you
my
beware.
head.
He's gonna bring like a little like thing with like the smelling salts and just put it right under your nose. It's happened to me before backstage, and there's like explosions in my head. Like,
my
Feel your
God.
eyes
Did you
come
take a big
out,
whiff of it?
bro.
He's like, "Here's what's this?" And then you're like, because he's covering it with his hand. You don't know what it is. You just trust him, right? Because he's like a big like teddy bear, and like you're like, yeah, he's not gonna try to kill me here. Took a big like little inhale, and you're just like about to die because like there's all this like nukes dropping in your brain. Like I don't even know how to like react to that. Like the smelling salts.
To be fair, when I'm driving home, because I live 2 hours away from you guys, which you guys would never come visit me, because you guys, well, not you, you guys will come visit me, but George will never come visit me. He hates me, bro. But I'll smell smelling salt and drive
That's
to
so
wake me
fucked
up.
up. That's
Yeah,
so fucked up.
Yeah. So, but it's better than dying, right?
No,
Yeah,
100%.
I mean-
I mean, that's exactly the same thing that the guy who fell through the gardener was doing a couple days ago, smelling salts. So good for you.
No, he was doing bath salt. There's
No,
something
he wasn't doing bath salts. He was drunk off his ass. Did you hear that when he fell through the gardener, he literally crawled out from the driver's window while the car was flipped up, finished his bottle of liquor while the cops showed up? Yeah, only in Toronto.
That's a G, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I
mean,
love Toronto.
Toronto is just a
I'm
special
glad I'm
class.
gone.
Toronto is
a special
something
class.
else.
It is.
I live in San Francisco. This is my balcony view.
You absolutely do not live in San Francisco.
Jeez.
You don't live in San Francisco. Okay,
You
so
hustle for
final question. This is a big one. Final question. In terms of KPK's growth and evolution, we've talked a lot about that. We talked about learning trees. We talking about keeping iron, sharpening iron, all these things. What are some short-term goals for KPK as a unit? Obviously, Haroon getting back in the ring full-time is definitely
100%.
up there for sure, 100%. And then more promotions you guys want to hit. Are you planning to go more outside of Canada, more outside of Ontario to try to lay the the KPK flag in as many different provinces and locations as you possibly can?
Literally,
Who
yeah.
wants to go first? I think we should each say something.
All right, let's go with the person who I think is the most respectful on the show.
Intellectual.
Yeah, Haroon, you go first, buddy.
Oh, no, wow, okay.
Lot
That's
less.
I'll take it as a compliment though. For me, I mean, yeah, like the most immediate goal is obviously getting back in the ring. Just catching up with all the lost time, and then just continuing on with the boys. Getting back involved in like singles, tag matches, trios, whatever. One of the other goals I had, and I know I've spoken to Ahmed about it on a couple of drives recently. I mean, these guys were in the UK. Obviously, they did a great job there. I've seen some of like the matches and stuff they were doing is fantastic. So within a year or two, like, because they want to go back again, and I'd love to go back. Not go back, but like go for the first time with them to the UK to learn and be under that learning tree that these guys were in. Because I know a couple of the guys from the UK have come here and done seminars. I've been to like one of them. I think this was probably last year, but like I kind of have an idea of like what to expect there, and I'm really looking forward to like hopefully be able to join these guys and be able to go to the UK and like train there and learn, and hopefully maybe get involved in some matches or two, and then that's definitely a goal of mine within the next year or so, hopefully, as I'm progressing and healing up.
I love that. Ahmed, you're up, buddy.
Yeah, so last year, or at least for the past 12 months, I'll say, right? Boo and I have had the chance to wrestle a lot of pretty high profile opponents. We got to wrestle Sinner and Saint twice, and I think
Shout out.
yeah, huge shout out. Those matches, I think we learned a lot from those matches, and we added a lot. I remember between that first Sinner and Saint match and that second Sinner and Saint match, we added a lot to our repertoire to be ready, because after that first one we knew what we were in for the second one. But even other than those guys, we got to wrestle Locked and Loaded recently. We got to wrestle Fight or Flight and Alpha One. We got to even share the ring with Tarek and Brent Banks, steady ballers. I want to wrestle more experienced tag teams, not just with Abu, but even, Karu and I. Karu and I, one of our first tags together was against Spitfire, Jody Thread and Danny Luna. And that was a really fun match to have as one of your first tag matches. And I feel like getting to wrestle teams that are experienced in the art of tag team wrestling, you learn so much from wrestling those specific teams. There's a lot of teams out here, but, the ones that are really experienced and are like battle tested on, not necessarily even on television, but just like all over the world. I want to wrestle teams like that. On a personal note, I would like to go to Japan, to train and to, wrestle. The UK trip was a lot of fun. I want to be able to do something like that, in Japan, which is a lot harder. From what my understanding, it's a lot harder to get to Japan than it is to get into the UK. But honestly, even another UK trip would be great. But I just want to travel more for wrestling. I think learning from different wrestling cultures as well. That's a short-term goal of mine. Yeah.
I love that. Two solid answers. Let's keep the amazing answers going. Abu, come on, man. You gotta go with this flow, bro. Don't just sit there and be like, hey, I want a cheeseburger. Come on, man. I know you got some flow in you, bro. Come on.
The freaking what Ahmed said, like going more stateside, wrestling more like established teams, because like you learn from working guys like your experience too, but when you're wrestling guys that are like better than you and that much better than you learn just that much more. So definitely that. My UK experience, I was fucking hacking up loogies the entire time. So like if we could do another one and I could go back there in my current state, I would enjoy that. Because, man, I was just so sick when I was down there. I was, like, dying the entire time. It was a real good time for me.
Doesn't sound like it at all. Does it? But I'm glad you're on the mend. And now, not saving the best for last, but saving the biggest member for last. Career up.
So, basically, same thing that Ahmed touched on. Travel more, get more experience. And honestly, like, if we can do it in the short term, just short term, just try to get KPK out there more. You know what I'm saying? We can actually turn this. We're the only group where we have a mixture of. I'll just say we're all basically from the Middle East. We're in South Asia, so it's like we can turn this into like literally sounds funny, but the four horsemen of South Asia.
Hell
you know what I mean? And just have it us four.
Let's put up the four, guys.
Yeah, legit. Why not? You know what I'm saying? We're doing something different. There's not much of us, our people out there wrestling, and it'd be good to get us out there more and pave the way for a newer generation to come in and that basically look like us.
And like an 8-man tag before the year is over.
Please.
Yeah, that would be. Oh god,
8-man
I think that's doable.
There's not a lot of.
It is doable.
Companies are very hesitant to book 8-man tags. It's a lot of money, but if there's a company out there that books the four of us against some four solid opponents.
Hell, even I feel like my first match should be an 8-man tag back. It distributes all of that and makes it a little easier for me too, coming back after so long. But
Rising Stars, bro. Whoever runs that can book that.
Yeah.
Well, I do work for a couple of promotions that you guys haven't made your debuts at yet. Maybe we could use a little KPK and New Frontier. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, we would actually love to work for New Frontier,
Oh, shit.
That's one of those companies we haven't hit yet that we definitely want to get to.
Shout out NFT. I don't know if they call themselves NFT.
NFT?
Is NFT like a gimmick?
Is it NFT like the things you... Yeah, it's a non-fungible. Yeah.
It's the thing Haroon spent all his life saving.
Whoa, hold on, but what?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
He throws out these allegations,
Allegations.
I thought you were gonna say like he bought one of those like I watch a lot of TikTok videos of people opening up cards, and there's people that spend like 16 grand on a box and they get nothing.
Goddamn.
And the one time I watched this one guy, he opened up cards. He's like, I'm looking for a Leo Messi rookie. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get it. He doesn't hit it, and he's like, I'm gonna kill myself. And I'm like, Jesus,
yeah, jump off that
serious,
San Francisco bridge, bro, behind Carew.
Come check me my condo. Come to my condo.
But gentlemen, I will say this: 18 months, it was worth it. It was an incredible conversation, which I knew it was going to be. So I want to thank all you guys for taking the time out.
Thank you for having us, Joe.
Thank you so much.
We were just waiting for Carew to join the ranks. That's why it took 18 months. Okay.
That's true.
you know what? We wanted to
The
give
full
you
experience.
KPK in full force.
Oh,
We
yeah.
didn't want to give you a half-assed KPK.
So
you
this
know?
is like the Super Saiyan form of KPK. I love it.
Not
Yeah,
yet, bro.
exactly.
We don't got Clyde.
Or
Once we
soon.
get
Well,
Clyde, that's
Clydesdale would be the
Saiyan.
Super Saiyan God form.
Exactly.
Oh.
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, it's true. It's
And
true.
then
Well, to
Mustafa
my-
Ali would be Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
So my favorite MILF Hunter and yours, this has been KPK. Ladies and gentlemen, Haroon, Ahmed, Abu, and Karu. That's it for this one, guys. Peace, love, and wrestling. We'll see you next time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yo, we just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the bow ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on the own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.